everybody, this is Martin Stokes here.
And this is Dean Scurry.
And I am a traveller.
And I'm a countryman.
Welcome to A Traveller
And a Countryman podcast.
Dean, don't start. I'm not a 2-year-old child, I'm on you.
You're a control freak.
I'm a control freak and you just about jump up to fix this. Bye. Can I introduce this one, lad? Episode 33, is it?
Episode 33.
33, yeah, episode 33.
33, as you say in Liverpool.
Not bad. What are we going to talk about today, Dean?
I was thinking, I was sitting down with my dad the other day.
Yes, very good.
So my dad is 75 and he's sitting there and it's great to look at him, and he gets tired during the day and he goes for these little naps and all that type of stuff.
Right.
So about 7 o'clock of an evening, he'll go, after the news, he'll go, stick on an old film.
Very good.
So the other night we sat down and watched The Irishman.
Yeah.
You know The Irishman?
Yeah, there's all good actors in that.
And I know that film got slated. Like, loads of people didn't like it because it was too long.
I slated it myself as well. I walked out halfway in the cinema.
No way. Did you not like it?
No. That's
I
liked
liked
years
it.
ago.
I liked it. And then it got me thinking, because I really liked that film and sitting down there with me dad, you know, what's films I'd like to sit down with me dad and watch. And then I was thinking, what's me favourite films to just sit down that I'll watch over and over and over and over again. And there's a number of films that I'll watch 10 times, no problem.
Yeah.
You know, and then there's films I'll watch once or twice. And
I used to, tell you what I used to do, all right. Now, that film you're talking about, I did genuinely walked out halfway through in the cinemas, halfway through it, and right even to now, I couldn't make out what it was about. I think sometimes it depends if you're in the mood for watching certain types of films or what. I don't know.
I think you get distracted really easy.
No, I'll tell you what happened. I think I needed a good comedy with someone make me laugh.
Not a serious film about
at the time,
the mafia in Ireland whacking, bleeding.
No, not
politicians.
No, sometimes you can just bring your mood levels down, as you call it. You know what I mean?
I got bet into it the other night. I think we watched it because it's 3 hours long. We watched it over 2 nights.
Maybe that's what put me in bad mood. It was on too long.
I actually went to see Avatar, and that's something like 2.5 hours long.
Yeah.
But it was amazing.
Stuff like that I wouldn't watch. I was getting paid to watch it.
Would you not? Avatar?
No. I'm not a big what do you call it, a big film chap anyway, right?
Yeah.
I used to watch documentaries, all right, with me father, God rest him. But what he used to love the crime mysteries, and funny enough, I wouldn't watch them in my own home because I wouldn't be watching these around kids anyway. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I used to enjoy going down in the evenings to his place, say my father's home basically, and chilling out, relaxing, and watching them with him. Now, bear in mind that's when he'd be off the drink, like, you know what I mean? Other than that, he wouldn't be there. But yeah, I watched loads and loads and loads.
Do you remember like the old school ones like Kojak? Do you ever watch that?
Yeah, years ago. Yeah, that was a popular thing years ago.
Who's the other fella?
So if you think back,
you brought him up actually last week. I think it was Columbo.
Columbo, yeah, Columbo used to be good. Used to watch that time. Of course, we're all kids, but the Incredible Hulk. They were all weekly. They were all weekly programs.
What was that other weekly program?
And
Chips.
only on,
do you remember that one?
Yeah, that's right. The motorbikes. Yeah. So these things are only once a week, and of course you're all kids, and you'd be looking forward to this at whatever days they were on, like whatever the end of the week or whatever they were on. But think back at the time, then all you had was RT1, RT2.
Ah, poor old Martin.
No, but sure, everybody had the same.
You were probably watching that through someone else's window.
No, it's not just. Sure, I was. Loads of times. That time was.
Mommy, they have RT1, RT2.
Yeah, that time, and this is for everybody, not just me. That time there was no electricity on the site.
Was there not? No.
No, everybody had black and white TVs. Do you remember black and white TV? Yeah,
I remember. I think I talked about it before.
Don't act all posh around me now because you
black
live
and
in,
white. Watching the snooker final, and it was in black and white.
No, I'm just saying before you get there, right? Don't just act all posh around me because you live in a Malahide now. We're going back 40.
You're never going to get it right.
We're going back 40 years.
You're never going to get where I live right, are you?
No, you're right. Where? Is it Malahide? Portmarnock?
I say to people at Malahide going, he doesn't fucking live around here.
So where is it then?
Portmarnock, yeah.
Portmarnock.
I lived there with my man, my dad, and it's amazing.
Yeah, but Malahide and Portmarnock are almost joined.
To you it's the same, but it's not.
They're almost joined.
There's gang wars between Malahide and Portmarnock.
They're almost joined on together, they are. The two
at
places.
The hip.
Yeah.
Like Ballymun and Finglas.
But anyway, back to the black and white TV where you used to put running on by the battery. There was 2 leads and you put onto the car battery. It was a 12-volt TV, see?
No way.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think you mentioned that before.
I thought you knew about this.
I didn't know you were running a TV off a bleeding battery.
Yeah, but you have to understand, when you're travelling, you just make do and that's it, like, you know what I mean? It's like living on the in the desert or living in the woods, you have to come up with your own IDs, like rubbing the two stones together for a fire.
I don't know if it's bleeding poor me or Bear Grylls.
The cowboy films, yeah. But anyway, if the battery went down halfway in the film, you've got to run to somebody else's place to see how they got on.
You couldn't pause it.
No. Run to bang on someone else's caravan. You're watching such a program, whatever it might be, could be, as again, them programs just be on weekly. And of course, get in there and watch the rest of it from there. But that was the reality of it, as simple as.
Yeah, remember the Snoop and watching black and white.
Along comes electricity for the travellers then.
Oh, I tell you, it must have been all your Christmases and birthdays together.
And then along comes the colour TV. Wow!
You'll be having hot meals soon.
Yeah, hopefully, please God.
You'll have to be just looking at someone else eating their hot meal in the window.
You have well, at least you're looking at something. Oh, God, huh? But that was the crack anyway, Dean. They were the programmes that we were reared, basically brought up watching. I'm sure the whole country was brought up the same way when we were young.
You used to watch the Hulk in black and white. You didn't realise he was green.
Didn't realise he was green. He was no colour. So we didn't know when he changed.
He just said, what's that white fella running around ripping his jeans off?
Only knew when he seen the muscles on him. That he was angry, basically. But that was the cracker anyway. But look, we were all kids back then. Was what? Yeah, I'd say 9 and maybe 11. Maybe 8, 9 years of age, probably. And they were the programs that everybody used to watch at the time. There used to be a good films on, all right. I remember, say, my parents used to love them anyway. And I actually liked them myself now because I went through them there a few months ago on the YouTube, right?
What's that?
Did I just say YouTube?
Yeah.
Wow, we got YouTube.
You're advanced. Someone told me you have a lawnmower as well.
Yeah.
You've no grass, but you've got 3 lawnmowers.
Concrete, but we have a lawnmower just to say we have one. Used to watch Mickey Rooney. Did you ever hear of Mickey Rooney?
Yeah.
Did you ever watch a film Boys Town?
No.
But all the young lads.
Never seen it.
His real name was Andy Hardy. Mickey Rooney was the name. Andy, he used to go by Andy Hardy in the film.
Yeah.
And
do you know Mickey Rooney's from Carberry?
There's a couple of Mickey Rooneys. I didn't know that, no.
No, his ma runs a chipper. Rooney's chipper. Carberry.
You could be talking about the wrong Rooneys because
no, there's Mickey Rooney's ma.
I think this was an American Rooney. There's actually Rooneys and Travellers, you know that?
Is there, yeah?
Yeah, there is. Loads of Rooneys and Travellers. Anyway, that would be another film, Mickey Rooney.
What's the name of that one again?
There was another little fellow, Boys Town, brilliant film.
What's it about?
That is the name of it, Boys Town.
Yeah, what's it about?
It's about young fellas in like a foster home.
Oh yeah.
What else was there? James Cagney. Brilliant.
You're fucking showing your age now, bro.
No, it's not even about that. No, I only went through the YouTube there a few months ago, Tom. But these are films that my father used to watch. Like.
Oh, James Cagney in?
James Cagney, he had a massive amount of films. I actually didn't realise how many films he had until I seen it on the other day. What do you call it?
These are all black and white jobs, is it?
They're all black and white films, but then they came into Technicolor, was it? As they moved up along, they sort of slowly tuned in the colour, yeah? They didn't know what colour was fully.
That's one of my favourite films of all time. And that's when they done it. The Wizard of Oz. Started in black and white.
Watched it years and
Goes
years
into
and years
Technicolor.
ago. Wouldn't watch it now if I was getting paid. But sure, when you're young, like 9, 10 years old, you don't understand these things.
You don't know what's
unless you're true into the middle of it, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we just grew up into the middle of it.
We represent the lollipop kids.
But
I'm singing that to people like, what the fuck is he smoking tonight?
Yeah, there was a couple of films.
The Wizard of Oz used to scare the shit out of me.
I only watched that once years ago.
You'd have the witch and the house fell on her, and then our bleeding our feet cuddled
Can't
up.
even remember none of it, to be honest with
The
you.
lion and the bleeding scarecrow.
No.
Oh my God. You need to watch that.
I'm scared of scarecrows.
Man, would you do that with me? Would you sit
down?
down?
I'm scared of scarecrows. And yet I sit in the room here with one.
I'm scared of travellers, I'm not.
Yeah.
Would you sit down and watch the Wizard of Oz with me?
No, not
please.
a chance.
Please. I'll buy a curry.
I'll have the curry all right, but you turn TV off.
Sit down and watch the Wizard of Oz. That's one of my favourite films of all time.
But Dean, so these are only films like when you're kids, like seriously, come on.
I'd watch that now. I'd watch Willy Wonka now. Willy Wonka's in my top 10.
The other kids now, all the kids of today are right, maybe 9 and 10 years of age might look at them all right. So there's lots of kids films today now that of course the kids enjoy them, but they're making them better anyway. But I don't really be interested in sitting down watching kids films, honestly. Now it's great to sit down maybe when the kids are smaller, like of my youngest now is 12, God bless her, but like when they're really young, say it's okay to sit down and watch a film with them, all right, do you know what I mean? I know a lot of parents.
I'd watch them films
do
myself.
that.
I'd watch.
So you're telling me you'd put the TV on,
Yeah.
close the curtains, put the kids out in the teams of rain, and let them try to watch Into the West. No, is that what you're saying?
Into the West.
You just said, yeah. That was a good film, wasn't it?
Fuck off, you.
All
Will
about
you?
the Travellers. Come on, Nick, that was good.
Would that be in your top 10?
That was a good film, yeah.
Would it be in your top 10?
I'll tell you what would be in my top 10 films. The ones with, was it Roddy Doyle?
Yeah.
All his films.
Oh, very good. The Van.
The Van, The Snapper, The Family, is it?
Family. It's just called Family.
Family, yeah. And then,
Family wasn't even a film. It was like a 4 parts.
I know, the documentary thing. But it was still
4
sort of a
parts
film, like.
series.
That was mostly around Ballymun as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, up in the courts there.
And then the one we talked about first, Into the West.
Into the West. What else did he do?
Into the West was parts set up in
Commitments.
Ballymun over here. They used the flats for the horse, remember the horse? And then they used over by Musgraves.
You know that horse was...
you know where all Musgraves is?
he was a French horse.
Why was he speaking French? Or was he a left-hand drive? Over around Musgraves was where they done all... Remember the fires where all the people were all around it?
Yeah, there's a little camp there.
That's where that was, yeah.
What's there a camp there?
Well,
I think there was a small camp there.
makeshift camp because it wasn't really a traveller camp because they weren't allowed to wait there, you know what I mean? They were to get a day or two of them to be moved along, you know what I mean?
Go move shift.
Yes. But anyway, that's where all of that was more or less took place, and then they brought on down the country then. But it was well made, yeah. Very interesting.
You're biased because you're a traveller. You like that film.
No, I like it because it's Travellers.
Yeah.
Is there Travellers in all Roddy Doyle's films?
Yeah, good point. I think you like Roddy Doyle's
Well, there's Travellers
use.
in Mickey Rooney's films.
I told you Mickey Rooney's from Cabra.
No, he's from he's an American. Was there Travellers? It was in James. What do you call it? James
Cagney.
James Cagney. Couldn't think of his second name.
Can you do his accent?
Was there Travellers? And he's good, isn't he? Travellers in his films, yeah.
You're getting all serious for.
I like all them films. So why would I just say Into the West? And yes,
Don't
I
we
do
make
like
this about you.
And yes, I do like the Travellers films, of course. Sure, they got plenty of reviews. So somebody else must like them more than me as well.
Be Into the West. Would that be in your top 10?
It was good, yeah.
No, it would have been in your top 10.
Probably yes.
So here's my top 10, but there's probably about 12 films in it, right?
Well, you're only allowed 10, you can't have 12.
I know, but I find it hard to
But
whittle it
that's
down.
cheating then, you can't do that.
Shawshank Redemption.
Sorry?
Shawshank.
Seen that, good film. I give it about 4 out of 10.
I watched it about 30 times.
I watched it literally twice. Years in between.
Do you not like the story, Andy
No, I don't
Dufresne?
just like putting a film on and watching it afterwards again, a half an hour after. You can't do that. I like to put a bit of space there, know what I mean?
This one reminds me of you. One flew over.
Let it go, boy, let it go.
What? Let it go. What's that mean?
Let it out, go on.
Let it out. One flew over the cuckoo's nest.
One flew. It was a comedy, was it?
Yeah,
Was that an English comedy?
No, you mad thing.
What was it?
It was about like a mental health institution.
Serious?
Jack Nicholson was in it.
I've never seen that. No.
You would need to watch that. It's disturbing now.
I'll tell you now, there's a comedy, an English comedy, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest is the name of it.
No.
In case you haven't known. Yes, it is. There's an English comedy, it's old, back in the 70s.
Is it colour or black and white?
It's Technicolor.
I think you're talking about a
half
different
the
film.
screen black and white and half the screen is half colour.
I think multi-denominational.
Anyway, look, that is the name, but that's why I asked you. Was
It's
that
not
an
One
English
Flew Over the
comedy?
Cuckoo's Nest. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest is Jack Nicholson. He's in a mental health
Right.
institution.
Did you ever see the English one Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest?
I think you're talking about a different film.
No, have you ever seen it?
Clockwork Orange, I think you're talking about.
Dean, listen to me. I'm asking a simple question. Have you ever seen it?
Never.
If you haven't seen it, why are you disputing that it doesn't exist?
Because I think you're making.
Because I'm telling you,
I think I'm making it up.
No, I'm not making things up. You
I'll research
automatic
it. I'll
case,
research it and come back.
case dismissed.
I've never heard of it. I'm going to
As a
Google
matter
it.
of fact, get out of here. Get out of here. You're out of the competition. Get
I'm
out.
going to Google it.
Oh, you're serious. In the middle of a podcast, you're actually Googling it.
Yeah, but time's grand. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. There we go.
Yeah, go on. Go on.
Oh, shit. Hold on. Go back there. Hold on, Martin.
Yes.
Stay on track. UK film. No. It's
No.
not there. No. Jack Nicholson is the only fella that's in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. It's an American film. It was made in
Yes.
1975. And it's a
It was
psychological...
made in 1975.
It's a psychological comedy.
It was made in 1975.
Yeah.
So it's actually an old film then.
Yeah.
Right, very
I didn't
good.
know it was a psychological comedy, but it did.
So it is a comedy then.
Yeah, it's kind of, yeah, you're right. I got that bit
No,
wrong.
I'm even better right again. You know why? Because it was the English one I was talking about. It's an English comedy done for half an hour, basically every week, but years ago, not now.
No, I think you're talking about...
Tell you what.
I think you're talking about something, the Summer Wine. What's the last of the Summer Wine?
I know about the last summer wine as well. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. That was an English short half-hour comedy. It was made back in maybe the 60s, I don't know. Dean, look, we're not going to start Googling this stuff all night. Is that okay? You can do that tomorrow and then get back to me if you want.
So what's me list so far? Willy
Go on,
Wonka.
give me your list for a head on
Willy
there.
Wonka. Wizard of Oz.
Oh, man, you're a bad. You're like a big
Shawshank
baby.
Redemption.
Yeah.
One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Star Wars.
Oh, I don't believe this. Whoa,
Star
serious?
Wars.
Are you
The
serious?
Jedi's and all. Yoda.
Wouldn't they're all on make-believe stuff, Dean.
What's wrong with make believe?
Yeah, but it's to convince the children. It's to convince the
Do you
kids.
think? Do you think?
Not
Hold
50
on. Do you think Into the West was real?
No, it wasn't real. It was telling a story.
These are all stories.
Yeah, but they're what they call they're kids' stories, basically.
Shawshank Redemption's about a prison.
Say that in clear my language. I can't understand that.
Shawshank Redemption's about a prison.
Say it fast.
I got caught up there. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest is about a mental health institution.
Right.
Willy Wonka is about a fella who captures a load of small orange-looking fuckers and makes them make chocolate. It was about slavery, basically. Wizard of Oz is about racism. Star Wars was about the Jedi's using the Force.
Oh, did you ever watch them films? What do you call them? They were the English films. There was a load of them together.
James Bond.
No, the English films, and they brought the old
Carry On.
castles and stuff. Oh man, it was famous. It was very, very famous.
What are you talking about?
Go back about say 10. Go back between 5 and 15 years ago, if you want to put it that way. You done all the English films. It was
Harry Potter.
Harry Potter.
No,
Yeah.
are you into that?
No, wait, yeah. Did you ever watch that?
Yeah, it's all right. Yeah,
Serious?
yeah.
I never watched one of them.
What about Lord of the Rings?
Kids used to love them. Never once.
What the fuck do you be watching?
I don't watch that thing, honestly. I just say, oh man, I can't even bear it, honestly. But I know the kids used to love them when they were small, all right.
Like I'm going to movies tonight
Cause-
with Emma. Would you go to movies? Would you go to the cinema and watch a movie?
And watch a film in the movie.
Yeah.
In the cinemas, of course I do.
Well, what films did you be watching?
It depends what comes out. There was a film there years ago, The Guard, the Irish film.
Oh yeah, it's good.
I watched that. That was a bit of a laugh. I watched, there's a good film in the movies at the moment. It's, what do you call her again? That singer?
Whitney Houston.
Whitney Houston.
Oh my god, that's a cracker
I
of a
didn't
film.
see that, so don't tell me about it.
Well, she dies in the
Well, we
end.
know her life story, like, yeah.
She's
But,
a great singer, and she died.
I have to probably. I'd like to see something like that. I watched the Elvis film. Thought
I
that was very
now.
interesting.
I thought that was very good.
Parts of it very sad.
There's a Marilyn Monroe one.
You know their life story, but they sort of dig into more detail there, don't they? Like
The one about Ray Charles. Did you watch that
Marilyn
one?
Monroe. I would have seen her documentaries. I'm very, very big time into documentaries now. All right, I'm not a big
So
film
there's a film
fan.
on a film on Netflix called Blonde, and it's Marilyn. It's a new Marilyn Monroe.
It's on Netflix now, is
yeah,
it?
It's called Blonde.
Blonde.
Yeah, check it out.
What other films would I have watched? I'll tell you who I used to like acting. Was Clint Eastwood. He reminded me of myself. He was cool, calm, and collective, you know?
I thought you didn't like throwing bouquets of flowers at
No,
yourself.
but I like that one.
What was it, Dirty Harry?
No, he was.
What are you, Dirty Martin?
Yeah. Left turn Clyde, right turn Clyde.
Left turn, Clyde.
That was good. But yeah, Clint Eastwood now is 91 this week.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's still
last week.
breathing, is he?
Oh yeah. Basically, he has some good sayings, some good lines. But he was a good actor, though. He was acting since he was 20 years
I was
old.
the one with the gun, and he's gone.
Well, he had loads of cowboy films, then he had loads of like action films, basically. So basically, every one of his films, I haven't seen every one of them. But the ones
His
I have
cowboy
seen,
films are
he was good.
classic.
Did you like the cowboy films? Yeah. I'd watch some of them, but I wouldn't be the biggest fan in the world of cowboy films. Yeah.
Couldn't get that aspect out.
Stick with the day job, Dean.
Clint Eastwood, cracker. I'd say you're the John Wayne fan, are you?
Everybody likes John Wayne.
No. Not everyone likes John Wayne.
In my world, everybody likes John Wayne.
Well, the whole world isn't just
About
travellers.
me, I know that. But in my world, it is. In the traveller's world,
The whole world isn't 50-year-old
traveller's world-
traveller man.
everybody likes John Wayne acting. Everybody likes Big Tom singing. We all like
Everyone
the one.
like Hank Williams.
Everybody loves Hank Williams. We all like the one thing because we know nothing different.
Oh, who we listened to in the car the other day? Woody Guthridge.
Yeah, he goes back
Woody
a long.
Guthridge, is that how you say?
He goes back to hillbilly
Is that
style.
how you say his name?
Woody Guthridge.
Woody Guthridge.
Yeah, he goes back way beyond Hank Williams.
Yeah.
Who else? Actors. Yeah, there's some good Irish actors though. I've made some good films like the Irish. even the younger generation actors today, say maybe for the last whatever.
Saoirse Ronan, cracker.
Yeah, your
Some
man, that young lad, what
actors.
do you call him?
Old Barry
Barry Keoghan, is it?
Keoghan.
He's good.
Yeah.
Colin Farrell.
Colin.
Your man, Brendan Gleeson.
Brendan O'Gleesog.
Yeah, he's good. I know he's being older now as well, but he is good.
Oh, we actually watched
There
the
is some
documentary.
good.
Not a documentary. I watched it.
I was actually thinking about this the other day, you know that?
You got me excited there.
I was thinking about, say, the great talents that have came from Ireland. Between singers, groups, say singers, solo singers, group singers, I would say the bands, we call them the bands if you like.
Boys on.
Basically,
Westlife.
the film actors,
Bewitched.
documentary actors, storytellers, you name it. Ireland is completely flooded with them. For a small country, there's a serious amount of talent that has come out of it in the last, say, I don't know, maybe 50 years or more, is it? Probably.
Yeah, and the 50 years before
Like,
that, and
you
the
have,
50 years before that.
You have the Furies, you have the Dubliners, Dublin City Ramblers, you have Foster Allen, you have all these country singers from Ireland, and all good stuff. And some of them are still singing today. Now, we know Big Tom was king of country in Ireland. He was a top player. You heard him, didn't you?
No.
He was brilliant, seriously.
Was he in the show bands?
He had his own Big Tom and the Travellers.
Was he, yeah?
Yeah, that was his group, Big Tom and the Travellers.
Did they write their own stuff or?
Then he changed his group, say in later years, to Big Tom and the Mainliners. He's from Castleblaney, yeah, but he's top of the range.
Did they sing their own songs or other people's songs?
No, there's not a lot of people that just sing their own songs. Everybody has took a song from somebody. Obviously, you know
What
that.
was Big Tom singing?
Big Tom was singing country, but he would sing a lot of American country. But the thing about it is, if you went back 20 years, right, it was very, very hard to get American country. The only place that you would get a lot of it would have been in England, because there were big suppliers of stuff, you know what I mean, of importing, like, you know what I mean? So Big Tom then would have travelled the world, basically, and got to know all of these singers, and then brought some of their songs back here, where the Irish people at the time, I'm just saying 20 years, it could be even further.
Probably longer than that, Mark.
No, I'm serious, yeah. I'm just using that as an example, like. Basically, he'd bring some of the songs back here, and the Irish would have never heard them, majority. And he'd put them, but he sang a lot of songs that other singers owned it basically, and he actually sang them better than the originals. And that does happen, you know that.
Give us an idea of what he was singing.
He was a great song there, Gentle Mother was the name of it.
Give us a blaster.
No, I can't, I'm not going to be singing, honestly. He, let's say, did you ever go through, not Netflix, remember years ago we had the Sky, the satellite dish, yeah? Say maybe 10 or 12 years ago, yeah? And you'd go through Sky movies, yeah? And they'd keep going down through the list, down through the list, down through the list. And there'd be all good films on them, yeah? But yet you wouldn't be able to pick one out, because your mind was boggled, you didn't know which film to watch. Well, it's the same thing with good singers. If they have so many good songs, you just search and search and search, and you just don't know which song to listen to, because all their songs are basically good.
Is Big Tom still around?
But if you have a CD, right, with 20 songs on it, and you know there's only 2 good, decent songs on that, like almost every singer has at least one good song. Right, fair enough. Big Tom died a few years ago. He's buried in Castleblaney. God rest him, yeah. He, I was saying about if a person has 2 good songs,
Yeah.
well then you don't need to search that CD. You know exactly where the 2 songs are, because you're skipping the rest of them because they're no good. But if one CD, like Hank Williams for instance now, I like Hank Williams, yeah? He has an album there with 40 greatest hits. I listen to every one of them. I don't pick or choose. I want to listen to this song, that song, because why? Because I enjoy every single.
That's like me with Bob Marley.
So I can put Bob Marley, the same thing, all these good songs. I can put Hank Williams on there and let him play.
Just let it play all day.
Go through the whole album, enjoying every song.
There's not a song you wouldn't like in it. I'm just saying with Bob Marley.
So Bob Marley, the same thing. Again, UB40, love all their songs. I could just put a CD on there or a selection on the YouTube and just listen to them. That's it, simple. Enjoy every one of their songs. Very good.
Alien.
I'm looking at one.
Did you never see the film Alien?
No.
It was like this big black alien.
I'm not into that rubbish, honestly.
That's one of your favourite films. I'd
Genuinely.
watch that on my own. That's the type of film I'd watch on my
Yeah,
own.
because you could probably communicate. You know what I mean? You'd have a lot.
I can speak of the lingo.
You'd have a lot of common in there.
It scares the shit out of me.
Nobody else.
I'm telling you now.
Nobody else invited to the party.
I'd be on the edge of my
And
seat.
you dancing around the room. And the alien there.
I like that.
The alien looking at what's wrong with this Egypt?
Funny. Blazing Saddles. You ever see that one?
Blazing Saddles. Heard the name, but I can't remember who's.
Man, I'm telling you, we need to sit down and watch that.
That's a comedy, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a comedy.
It's a cowboy comedy.
Cowboy
isn't it?
comedy. Gene Wilder's in it.
He's good.
Oh,
He's a brilliant actor.
my
Yeah.
God.
Now I can honestly tell you, I will not be sitting down with you looking
Man,
at a
please
film.
come over to my gaff. Even you don't even have to do it.
Thanks for the offer, honestly. Thanks very much. Thanks for
open the
that.
site. Come down to my gaff and we'll have the laugh.
Gene Wilder and Richard Pryor.
See no evil, hear no evil.
That was good. No, I definitely enjoyed that film. Now that was years ago.
What was the other one? See no evil, hear no evil.
They done another one as well together.
So one of them was they got accused of robbing the bank.
That was the See No Evil, Hear No Evil.
Yeah, and then there's another one.
Yeah.
Oh, I forget the bleeding name of it.
Don't get all lonesome on me, Dean. It's only a film we're talking about.
It's a good film though. But here, Blazing Saddles was one of those films.
I don't think I watched Blazing Saddles.
So it was one of those films in my family. You know the way you have a family film?
And you keep watching it over and over
So
and over.
we would have had in films like Friday, right?
Yes.
It was just like a black, American black film about fellas hanging around smoking weed, but it's just funny, right? Jungle Book, look for those bare necessities.
No, I never watched that.
It's like a cartoon.
Sorry, I never watched it.
Blazing Saddles was one of them films that we watched.
I didn't watch Blazing Saddles, but I heard about it lots of times. Now, come here. Have you ever watched Barbershop? It's a black comedy.
Is Eddie Murphy in it?
No, your man of Vanilla Ice. No, yeah, it is him, isn't it?
Vanilla Ice, the white fella?
Not the white fella, the black fella. Ice Tea, is it?
Ice Tea.
Man,
Look
he
at
is
you.
just brilliant.
Look at you.
This is brilliant. There's three of them. 1, 2,
Do you know
and
Ice
3.
Tea's a rapper?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
There's 1, 2, 3 of Barbershop, and it's absolutely
We have
laughs.
found Martin's level of films. Barbershop, I fucking love it.
Did you ever see it?
No.
But then you don't know what film it is. Then.
I'll watch it.
You don't know what
if
good-
you
You don't
sit
know
down.
what. Look, I'm getting a bit. I'm feeling. I'm thinking. What do you call it? Getting wrong feelings here now. Do you not like black comedy films? No.
Absolutely, but Barbershop is something I haven't watched.
You should sit down and watch it.
I'll watch it. I'll watch it with you if you
It'll
watch Blazing
put-
Saddles with me.
It'll put a bit of sense of humor into you. It'll give you. It'll make you smile.
It'll loosen you up a bit.
Yeah.
A little bit.
It's a very interesting. Eddie
Barbershop
Murphy,
1, 2, and 3.
1, 2, and 3. I'm telling you, put it on.
Fuck
You will
off.
enjoy it. Believe me. Eddie Murphy,
Yeah.
Beverly Hills Cop. Again, 1, 2,
I
and
watched
3.
it a few weeks ago.
Did you watch them?
It's fucking brilliant.
They're brilliant.
Yeah.
It's all this stuff that come here. There's no point in sitting in a room on your own watching an alien for 2 solid hours. He will completely depress you. Yeah, he will just destroy your brain. Very, very simple. You're gonna walk out of that room feeling like the whole world is against you, and you'll be throwing punches everywhere because you just feel like you want to argue. with
Sigourney Weaver, man.
You
she's
want to
amazing.
argue and fight with everybody. So advice to you is don't be watching them horror films on your own, or them what do you call it?
I can imagine you folded over with the laughter watching Bleeding the Barbershop 1, 2, and 3.
Very interesting, very good. There's other comedy films. I'll tell you who's good. The Wayans brothers.
Like, they made Scream. Did they make Scream?
Yeah, they done that one. What do you call it? It's a comedy of what was the name of that film again?
Boys in the Hood.
Yeah, they done a comedy of that. Done a makeshift comedy.
You like all the black comedies?
I love them. Yeah. Again,
You should watch Friday.
no, these films.
Ice Cube is in Friday.
That's right.
And Chris Tucker, I think.
Yeah, that's right. I've seen that. These films now I would have watched through the years. I wouldn't sit down and for a whole week round and watch film after film. I would never do that. Just every now and again I just click onto some. That's it.
Deer Hunter.
Deer Hunter. I don't think I heard of that. No.
I like a lot of people. Like, you like John Wayne and you think everyone else does. But I know that everyone
Yeah, but you
likes
do not forget
Robert De Niro
when John Wayne was at his
and
peak.
Al Pacino.
Do you like John? Do you like who?
Al Pacino,
I like him. Yeah,
Robert De Niro.
Yeah, I love them.
Everyone does.
Because they're cool.
When John Wayne was at his peak, everyone loved him. But
Why was that?
Because he was like, there was this big myth that he was
He
this
was
big.
a likable actor.
Yeah, that's what
Right,
I'm saying. He
but
had this big
also-
persona.
Yeah, but also you have to understand as well, if we went back so many years, right, there wasn't, again, number one, Ireland didn't have a big load of channels for starters, and they were shutting down at 12 o'clock. You remember that, don't you? Yeah.
Oh, that's right. The TV went
Yeah.
off.
So there wasn't a big, massive amount of films on screen. And then they had this thing where, like, your Sunday matinee, as you call it. So now that was a big
Good
thing.
cowboy or a
So
black
now
and
they
white.
put on
or-
one good film at the end of the week, and every bit of Ireland is supposed to come indoors and sit down and watch this film. Do you get what I'm saying?
and we'll
That's
be all
what they-
talking about it. The whole
that's what
country
they
be talking
made it-
about.
yeah,
Did you
for
see
sure.
that film that was on?
That's what they made it look like anyway.
Yeah.
Today, there's too much choices. It's like everything else. There's too much choices of everything.
Even on Netflix.
You like- you-
all the
basically what I'm
films on
saying here,
Netflix.
Dean, today you're a spoiled brat, the best way of saying it.
All the films on Netflix, you probably go through
that's
it and
going
go,
to you,
I've
Dean,
seen
not
it,
to
I've
anybody
seen it,
else.
I've seen it, I've seen it, I've seen it, I've seen it.
Now you have it. Exactly.
It's unreal, isn't it?
So the mind is boggled. You don't know what to watch, what not to watch, and that leaves you in a way. I'll just flick it off. I don't want to watch anything here. And
Stick on John Wayne.
so I think that's what. But the thing about it is, there's a lot of people still go back now to the old films. Like I went onto the what do you call it, YouTube there a couple of months ago. I put in say old singers, like Dean Martin. I would say right, him and
Do you know why I'm named after him?
sorry,
You know why I'm named after Dean Martin?
you're halfly named after him. You're Dean. I'm Martin.
And together.
We were two Egypts.
Well done, Martin. Well done. That was a test. You failed.
Oh God,
Dean Martin.
Dean
yeah.
Martin. Yeah.
Fly me to the moon.
No, he sings a lot better than that. Honestly, I'm telling you, he sings a lot better than that.
If only I have the voice. I have the body and the face of like,
Here's some good
an
songs.
Adonis.
Little Old Wine Drinker Me. That was a brilliant song.
I
Top
don't know
of
it.
the range.
I don't know.
I'm on YouTube.
No, give us a blast. Go on, give us a blast.
I knew what you
If we
had.
put the YouTube on,
You get him on
then
YouTube.
turn off the podcast.
Do what you do best. Go through Google for all your information. No, there's a lot of good songs. Again, he had a few films. Rio Bravo. Did you ever watch it? Rio Bravo.
Oh, he did. Yeah. I know the Rio Bravo.
Very
yeah.
good. There's a little young actor, Ricky Nelson, and they sing a couple of songs in it in the little wooden house they're living in. Absolutely beautiful.
You know what film I like? And it
Brilliant
has
film.
songs in it. I just blew in from the windy city. The windy city is mighty pretty, but it ain't got what you got.
Dean, stick with your day job.
Calamity Jane.
I keep telling you
If
this.
you want to watch a cowboy film that's not serious,
Calamity Jane. I heard of
Calamity
it, yeah.
Jane.
What else is there then again? The Life of Brian. Did you ever watch that?
The Life of Brian is very good.
I tell you what,
does his
I
man
only
say?
seen bits of that, honestly. I only seen parts of it.
He's not the Christ, or he's not the Savior. He's my
lad.
son Brian. He's just fucking Brian.
I watched little bits of that, but
very good.
the lads just be slagging about
Now we
that.
share the humour on that now.
There's the lads just be slagging about that. There's some crack with the way they'll be imitating it. I'm telling you, best you've ever seen.
That's a cracker.
Let's go. The Life of Brian. Anyone hasn't seen it? What else is there then? Look, there's probably lots and lots and lots of good stuff that we haven't seen either. Like, you know,
There's a great one that I'll watch, and it has De Niro in it. Once Upon a Time. Is it Once Upon a Time in America? Once
seen
Upon a
the
Time
one-
in America.
Robert De Niro.
He's in a little gang as kids, and then something happens to them, and then they all grow up.
Did he end up driving the bus?
No, that's
The big yellow
Sleepers.
bus.
That's Sleepers. That's a different one.
Are you sure?
Is it?
He drives the bus.
No, in Sleepers, he's a priest.
I think.
And the five boys are in it, and they get abuse and all, but he's a priest in Sleepers.
I think Leonardo DiCaprio was in this film when he was a young lad.
Robert De Niro is driving the bus.
The big yellow bus in New York.
Yeah.
I think that's the same film.
No, and the mafia is trying to take his son. The mafia lads.
So what's the name of the film again then?
The one I'm talking about is Sleepers.
Sleepers.
I don't think that's that one.
Right. No, I don't think it is. I think the name of this one is something about America. Now, there's one other good film. Did you ever see it? Cinderella Man. He's about a boxer.
Who's in that now?
He's,
Is he a black fella?
No, he's a white fella. He's a brilliant boxer. He's portraying, who is he portraying again? I'll tell you what happened. He's boxing, and he gets nowhere with it.
A Bronx Tale.
That's the one you're talking about a minute
That's
ago.
the one with Robert De Niro driving the bus.
Yes, that's right. That's a good film.
Very
I seen
good.
that years ago. A Bronx Tale. That's good. The other film is, what name of the film I just said 2 seconds ago?
Cinderella Man.
Cinderella Man is the name of the film.
Russell Crowe.
Yeah, but you googled it, didn't you?
Yeah, but
You have the best memory, Dean. Tell you the truth.
I wouldn't have never got that.
Without
But
the
I
phone,
remember it now once I see it on
without
Google
the phone
on the
in your
picture.
hand, I know that. Russell Crowe. I couldn't think of his name, but he's a brilliant actor, and he done a real good job in this film here. Russell Crowe and what you call her? She's another good actor herself as well.
Do you know Russell Crowe from Cabra?
Russell Crowe.
Yeah. His
From
man there, like Mrs. Crowe, Mr. Crowe, they run what you call that when you fix shoes?
Yeah,
Yeah, what's it called?
fixing shoes.
Shoe repair.
Yeah, is it
His
another
dad's a
word for
cobbler.
it? No.
Russell Crowe's dad's a cobbler. He lives in
The cobbler from Cabra.
Cobbler from Cabra. Mr. Crowe, the cobbler from Cabra.
Anyway, Dean.
If you want your Clark's cobbled, go to Mr. Crowe.
I'll leave you. Whatever you're happy thinking, I'll leave you to it, okay? So that was
Cinderella Man, what's that about?
A brilliant about boxing, but it's not just about the boxing. It's the life story behind it, how poor they were. And he ended up becoming world champion.
Your mate is in a boxing film. It's a wrestling film.
My mate.
Mickey Rourke.
Who?
Mickey Rourke
Mickey O'Rourke.
is in a film called The Wrestler.
Mickey O'Rourke. You can explain how he becomes my mate.
No, Mickey Rourke.
Mickey what?
Mickey Rourke.
Child's name, is it?
Did you ever see it? Mickey Rourke.
No.
He's in a film called The Wrestler.
No.
Oh, you should watch that. It's about, you know, that wrestling, like that does beyond the WWE wrestling.
Yeah.
It's like that.
It's very childish, though, isn't it?
Yeah, no, but this is the real story
Is that
behind it.
rehearsed, I wonder? I think it's rehearsed.
It has to be.
Yeah, but still they get thousands of people to go and
They
watch
get
it.
battered though. This film shows it is rehearsed, but they get battered.
Yeah, they do get hurt, I know that.
Like proper hurt.
But it seems like they have certain rules to it.
Yeah, and you got certain signals and all. If I
Yeah,
do
that
this
kind of
and
stuff, yeah.
if I tap you on the shoulder here and I'm going to
Yeah.
run that way and then...
It's, I've often seen bits of it. It looks very childish, to be honest about it. But yet, you get thousands and thousands and thousands of people buying tickets and wanting to watch it.
They fill
It's a
bleeding.
massive thing, like,
they
yeah.
fill stadiums
Yeah,
doing the
every
bleeding.
time, yeah.
I used to be mad about it when I was a young fella, WWE, and I'd practice
Yeah.
all the moves and all. Like, say, 13, 14.
Yeah.
And then you kind of grow out of it. But then you meet people who are like my age now and they're still bleeding into it. So hold on, here's my list.
There's about 10 lists. You come up with
There's about
different
12
lists.
in it, right? Shawshank, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, Willy Wonka, Wizard of Oz, Godfather.
The Godfather, yes.
Have you watched it?
Top of the range film years ago, yeah. Top of the range, very good. Now, there's a lot of violence in it, but it's a good film.
Yeah, you wouldn't be dragging the kids in.
Wouldn't condone the, what do you call it? Wouldn't be, as a fellow says, supporting the violence. Like.
What I like about it, it's engrossing. When you watch that film, you're in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you want to be careful then when the film is over. Like, for instance, just say the Bruce Lee films now and
You go
all
out,
these karate
kick the bollocks
films.
out of your brother.
Go around and kicking all the bins and
What's that one that people like? Scarface. People love watching Scarface
with-
and then going out and think they're a bleeding
Yeah.
a gangster.
think they're gangsters. That's right. But there's a lot of stuff on TV that can be very distracting for young people, though, making them think like they can actually do this. I realise it's only a film that's done in a studio.
Like The Matrix.
Whatever.
What do you think of The Matrix?
I never watched it.
You fucking hell. There's so many films that you need to watch.
There's so many films I don't want to watch.
How do you know if you want to watch it if you never watched it?
Because the name is enough for me.
The Matrix.
The Matrix, honestly.
But if I say Into the West,
Too
you'll
much
you
just
go,
too much just flying into the air. And
how do you even know what it's about then?
Because I heard about it. There's too much flying into the air and doing all this karate moves, and they're about 60 or 70 feet in the sky. So how the heck? That's not possible.
It's like a mixture of Superman
Then you have
and
someone
Bruce
flying
Lee.
from one, say, from one block of flats in Ballymun to another. How? So that's not possible. So it's
It's
obviously
fantasy, it's all right.
Yeah, but for kids, honestly, be careful.
So you're not
then.
into any fantasy films at all?
Stuff like that? No, absolutely not. No, absolutely not. I'm into a bit of good comedy, serious storyline behind a film, good actors.
Sci-fi, you're not into that, any of that?
Give me anything, right? Give me. Oh, this really gets me nerves, right? Is when you have good actors in a film, and the film is just rubbish. Did that ever happen to you?
Yeah, they've all those films now that are like the Avenger films, all the superhero films.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the Marvel films. They have all right actors in them, but they're kind of like...
Yeah, but sometimes you get top actors in films and it just flops. The best way of putting it. So basically, they're destroying their own careers without realising it. They're probably destroying a good storyline, but they didn't tell it the right way.
I'd say there's more films. Let's say someone like Denzel Washington.
He's brilliant.
I'd say he's been in more shy films than he's been in good films.
Yeah,
we
but
only see the good films.
No, you're wrong about that one, because now why? The type of guy he is, he can make a bad film good anyway. He just knows how to handle it, the angles to take and the turns to take, all that. He is good.
Yeah, but these fellas are making 1 or 2 films
I
a year.
would give him 10 out of 10 at all times. That's being honest about it. He would be one of my favourite actors.
Name a film he was in.
Sorry? What was that?
Name a film he was in.
He was in loads of films.
I know he was in loads of
You're being
films.
cheeky now, aren't you?
Name one film that Denzel Washington was in.
I'll tell you what, I'll describe some of the films to you, but it doesn't mean I can remember the names of every film. See?
American Gangster.
No, sure, I watched that. I went to the movies to watch that, the cinemas. Right. He has another one there where where the girl was kidnapped. Did you watch that one?
Oh, that's a cracker.
What's the name of that?
His name in it.
What's the name of the film? Man of Fire.
She keeps to call him Creasy.
That's right. Now, that's a serious film.
That's a good old film.
He has another one there.
Oh, that's a serious old film. And he said takes your man's hands to the steering wheel and all.
Yeah, what's the one you said first there, another film? Where he was a gangster.
American Gangster.
Top of the range.
Unbelievable.
But that's only one. That's only one or two.
No, there's violence in that. Where he walks out into the middle of the street and he pulls a gun out and he just blasts your man's head off. Yeah, and then he goes back and has his coffee and
but that wasn't him. He was portraying another actor. He was portraying somebody who done that in real life, basically. So he's just getting paid to act.
That's what all actors are doing.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean that they're bad people. You try to put him out there.
You said, hold on.
You're trying to put him out there as a bad person.
You said there's
he
some
went out in the street.
In films
he pulled the gun and he shot somebody. That's okay, but the thing about it is that wasn't just him. He was telling the story that somebody else done. And he has loads of good films.
Star Wars, Alien, Blazing Saddles, Deer Hunter, Once Upon a Time in America, Sleepers, The Dark Knight. Do you know that one?
Knight. I've heard of it.
Batman film.
Oh, I don't believe this. Right, Dean, I'm out of here. I'm going home.
Do you know what?
If you mention one more bad film there,
would you like
this podcast just getting shut down?
Who would you prefer, Batman or Superman?
None of them.
I thought Superman would be your hero.
I know the story about Superman. Your man Reed, where he fell off to what do you call it?
Christopher Reed.
Christopher Reeves. Reeves, sorry. He had the accident.
He's on a horse, was he?
Yeah, he's dead now, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. I think I don't want to say it, but I think he wanted to die, didn't he?
I don't know. At a certain point.
I think that's how the story goes. I'm not 100% sure now. But anyway, poor man. The Titanic.
Yeah.
What did you think of that?
They all died in the end.
No, I didn't ask you what happened in the end. I said, what did you think?
I actually liked the Titanic.
I thought it was a good film.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
I think we all know
it showed a bit
she should have gotten off the door and letting him on a little bit. There was plenty of room in that door. We all know that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? At the end. Jack!
Then you had the three...
Jack!
Yeah.
Move over, you fuck. There's plenty of room in the bed.
She'd be saying, Jack, help me, Jack! She wouldn't be saying, Jack, get up here.
Yeah. Titanic, what do you think?
I think it was a very interesting film because it was telling a story that sort of, they done their best to tell it as good as they could with what happened. And then the old lady, she finished it off for them. And she ended up throwing the diamond into the water. It was worth millions.
Yeah, it was a good story. I liked it.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people that don't like it, but I liked it.
I thought it was a good storyline. The other thing was where they had the three different decks basically. Where
the Irish and all down and
the Irish
down the bottom.
Yeah, but not just the Irish, the poor Irish.
Yeah.
It was a sin to see how the Irish were really discriminated against, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was all types of immigrants. There was all types of immigrants down on the
very bottom one. Yeah, there were
down in the galley.
There was first class, second class, low class, and no class.
Classless. Yeah.
That was four.
and then you had the rats, and then underneath that you had the Irish.
Yeah. So that's how the Irish were treated back then, basically, in that ship. Yeah. So it was in a world of their own, basically, and obviously they didn't like it. Of course, who want to be treated like that? Come on now. Who want to be treated bad like he didn't exist or being thrown down the bottom of, say, the pits of the ship, basically, if you like. They were actually below the water, you know that? In the ship, they were below the water where they were based. And you seen where where they're trying to break the doors, and one fella, just give me a chance of life. Trying to break the door to get out, to get up the stairs. That was interesting. But yeah, again, that's how the Irish were treated back then, because the fact that they were poor, and then you had all the rich people, say with the first class, whatever you want to call it, first floor, second floor, third floor, however it was done. But it was sad to see although it was only, I know it was a film, but it was based on true facts. It was sad to see the amount of discrimination that was taking place even at the time. And they weren't travellers, and they weren't foreigners. They were Irish people. So basically, I'm sure they didn't.
And it was built in Ireland. It's the mad thing, isn't it?
Yeah, and the ship was built in Ireland, took off from Ireland, of course.
That's interesting.
And I'm sure they didn't like that. Like, obviously they didn't like it, of course. But listen, thank God it's not happened to the Irish people today, you know what I mean? They have they're standing on their own feet, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, they might be able to help some others up. Pulp Fiction.
Pulp Fiction would have been John Travolta.
Very good.
Never watched it.
Oh my God.
Seriously, I never watched it.
What did you think of John Travolta? Saturday Night Fever.
No, but remember the old film, what was it?
The Boy in the Bubble.
No, his older film, him and Olivia Newton.
Grease.
Yeah, that was interesting. The music was interesting, that.
Oh my God, I love that film. It wouldn't be in my top 10 now, but it probably was when I was
You're giving me chills the way you're singing there.
I'm making you hot. Is that what you're saying?
No, chills, cold. Like, I want to go home.
It would have been a film that I would have really liked when I was a young fella. And then Saturday Night Fever came out. Do you remember Saturday Night Fever?
No.
Night Fever, Night Fever. John Travolta was a disco dancer.
No, I didn't see that.
You need just so many films.
No, I wouldn't be interested in watching that.
But Pulp Fiction.
Don't like it.
You don't like it?
No, don't like it.
Pulp Fiction. What did you think of Quentin Tarantino?
Quentin Tarantino. What was the name of the film?
He made Pulp Fiction. He also made a film called Django, which is about
Django or Rango?
Django Unchained. It's about black slaves.
Serious?
Oh my God. Your mate is in it. What's his name?
I don't know.
Leonardo.
Just to let you know, I have loads of American...
Leonardo DiCaprio's in it.
I have loads of American actor mates. You need to you need to remind me of their names. I'm lost for names. Yeah, Titanic was good. There's a lot of there's probably thousands and thousands of good films that maybe they've heard of and unheard of. I watched a good documentary last week.
Yeah, what's it?
It's I think it was 1, 2, 3. There was a good few parts in it, and I'm not sure was it 4 or 5 parts in it. It was about a traveller family. The McDonough family was the name of it. Now you should watch it.
Irish travellers, English travellers?
Irish travellers from Galway. And the same, one of the girls, she's the oldest girl, she's a singer. She got married to Mongan, Kelly Mongan, her name is. You might have heard of her, because I think she was on, I think it was the X Factor or The Voice. Do you remember The Voice, where it was a competition picking good singers? I think that's the show she was on. But she was an absolutely...
Where did you watch the documentary?
On YouTube.
Send it on to us, will you?
Also, it's even better on Netflix, because you get the full documentaries of it.
Oh, is it? Yeah.
The name of it is Meet the McDonoughs. But I'm telling you now, this is very, very interesting. I've seen lots of documentaries about travellers, especially the gypsy wedding stuff, yeah? And there's a lot of portrayal in it, basically. There's a lot of, being honest, a lot of nonsense in it, to tell you the truth.
Yeah.
But this family were real. I genuinely, like, I've often seen, say you walk into your home and the girls have these gypsy wedding things on, and you sit down for a few minutes, you watch bits of it, but
it's like candy floss.
It's all too perfect.
Yeah, too super real.
And it's all, parts of it are way too rich, which is not the case, being honest about it.
It's like a fucking fantasy world.
Fantasy world, yes. And it sort of ruins it ruins a lot of stuff.
People
but
like a bit of
also-
fantasy though, Martin.
No, they do, but also it'd be great if a lot of the truth was told as well. Like, you know what I mean? You can't pretend all the time or with everything. But on the other hand, this documentary that I was talking about, Meet the McDonald's, is real. Absolutely brilliant. You can see how would you call it? You can see how close the family are. They're very religious also. You can see how you can see the love in the family, if you know what I'm saying. And they're all so happy and delighted in everything they do. One of them, the oldest girl became a singer. The second girl became a model. The young lad was a boxer, but a very good boxer now. They all were doing something that was making sense with their lives, if you like. And the whole family package completely. They were just lovely the way they were all getting on with each other, and like there was no pretending this. You could know even by the way they were talking and the way they were getting on with each other. The father and the mother, the same thing, and they hired out. They were never in England basically at this stage, and they decided they were going to go to the Appleby Fair in England. Yeah, so they hired out 2 camper vans. There was a big family, you see, and there was a couple of grandkids as well. And then when they hired out the camper vans, this was lovely. Oh man, this was into my barrow. I tell you the truth, I loved it.
This is what?
Into my barrow.
Into my barrow.
Yeah, I just loved it. So the father drove one of the campers, and to him and the son-in-law and the boys went in that camper, and the mother and say the oldest daughter, if you like, and all the other girls, the other daughters basically, they all went in the other camper. So 2 campers all the way down the motorway and onto the boat and over to Appleby. It was just beautiful.
Perfect, yeah.
It reminded me a little bit of years ago when we used to go off in the campers, and it's just a sense of freedom basically. And you can travel anywhere you want and go where you want, pull in where you want. So the fella said, get your cup of tea or whatever in the morning, a bit of breakfast or whatever. It's just lovely. Absolutely. No better feeling. But anyway, they went to Appleby, and they done everything over there basically where do you know how they bring the horses into the water and all that? They get on the horses and they bring the water down into the river basically.
Oh yeah.
So they're literally washing the horses. But there's thousands of people looking at this. Then that horse comes out and another one goes in and can go on for the whole day. But
and they're trying to get the horse through. I think I might have seen a bit of that. They're trying to get the horse through it safely, and there's a bit of flow and a bit of depth in the water.
Yeah,
and all
that's
that.
right.
Yeah.
Exactly. But it's absolutely beautiful. But the main thing of all was the family themselves. How nice they were with each other, how good natured they were, and how much love and care they had and respect for each other. There was just something special about it. I'm telling you, something very, very special about it.
Yeah, it's a bit more of a real story.
There was no, yeah, exactly. That's what I was going to say. There's no
than the fantasy or the myths that travellers are going to Appleby to run amok.
No, none of this. There was no pretending. There was no make believe. What you've seen here in this family, you seen real. This is what it was. Like there were cameras were in their homes, outside their homes. They had this big lovely grotto of Our Lady outside. Oh, it was absolutely beautiful. Then some of them would go down then to a couple of miles from where they lived, and there was a big grotto of Our Lady and St. Bernadette. It was the Lourdes grotto basically, and they'd sit down and do their prayers there, and they'd explain the meaning of their prayers and say the benefits from the prayers and what they were getting from it and all that. But the thing that I noticed about them, they were very good speakers. Even the young girls now, the father, the mother, every single one of them, you could tell that they were educated, like, you know what I mean? And they were brilliant, absolutely brilliant speakers. And I watched each of there was part 1, 2, 3, and it showed some of their weddings also, where, say, the girls are getting married in there. It showed some of them parts of that as well. And there was no nonsense here. This was real. None about this big fancy dress up or this fancy mohors or this fancy this and fancy that. And
everyone's got this perfect wig on.
Everything was all about bling and money. Like, no, there was none of that whatsoever. This was a normal family who, let's say, for instance, who showed, you might say, showed the real goodness in a traveller family, if you like. Put it that way. You should watch it. It was very, very, very interesting.
Meet the McDonald's.
Meet the McDonald's. That was the name of it. But I'm telling you now, I reckon anyone that'll watch this will enjoy it and see all the good that comes from it. Real people, being honest about it. Very, very good. Very interesting. I enjoyed it anyway. Well, I watched it with my family, like, you know what I mean? And we sat down and watched it. It was very, very, very interesting. Even say my family was watching it was very interesting.
It resonates with you because it reminds you of your own family and all the good in your own family.
I tell you what I got from it. I got a lot of humility from it.
Yeah.
I was looking at these people on this screen, basically, and I was just amazed how humble they were, how generous they were, how well-spoken they were, how mannerly they were. There was, like, seriously, there was 100 good things that you could pick from this family. So they're, I'd say they're a brilliant example of a travelling family.
Of any family, probably.
But I'm just saying because they're travellers, like,
Yeah.
They'd be a brilliant example to any family, to be honest and truthful about. And I reckon that other families could be highly influenced by them. They were that nice of a family. That's what they were. Meet the McDonald's. That was the full documentary. But very talented and very intelligent and seemed very educated as well. So I'd say they got good schooling at the time as well, like, you know. But that was the story there. That was one of the, I know it wasn't a film, it was a documentary, but it was better than any film. So that was the story with films now.
So there's a documentary, I sat down with my ma and watched, it's called Fantastic Fungi.
Yeah,
right?
what's it about?
It's about mushrooms. Now, you might think, why would I watch a documentary about mushrooms? But it blew me away, and sitting there watching me ma watching it, and the education the two of us got about funguses, right?
Mushrooms.
Mushrooms. Martin, I'm telling you, looking at me
do me a
going,
favour,
what's this fella talking about?
Do you actually think I'm going to sit here and listen to you talking mushrooms?
Yeah, but like magic mushrooms.
Before you go any further, people will think you're crazy, and I'm beginning to think the same thing. So can we talk about films? And can we talk about people?
Documentaries.
Can we talk about people, Dean? Mushrooms? Are you serious? I do not believe this. I'm talking about lovely family.
We were getting all serious there.
Of McDonald's, yeah. And you transfer the whole thing over to mushrooms.
Yeah.
Do you honestly think I want to sit here and listen to you talk about mushrooms? Not a chance.
These mushrooms
Number
are great
one,
personalities.
I didn't even want you to listen to you singing, and now you talk about mushrooms. First I thought you were cracking up. Now I'm definitely sure of it. So anyway, singers, groups. Who's your favourite singers?
Obviously, just Bob Marley.
Obviously, we're talking about. Sorry, what?
Bob Marley.
Yeah, he's good. Bob Marley's good.
Bob Marley would be
I
go-to.
think all the reggae scene is good. No, I don't mean every single song, but at least
I like the genre of reggae.
you have the old
I like the genre of rap music, but there's some shite in both of those.
The what? The genre of rock music.
Genre, like
The genre.
genre.
Could you spell that out, please? Because I don't understand that.
You know, like the genre of country western.
You're trying to say degenerate, is it? Degenerate, is it?
Is that how you
Is
say
that
it?
what you're saying?
You say Jenna. Do you say degenerate?
Degenerate. It's a hard word and it's very simply spelled.
Genre.
Genra. Is that it?
What do you say?
Degener. I would say degenerate.
The genre.
Yeah.
The genre.
Anyway, UB40 done an album of the Fathers of Reggae. Yeah? They took a song from all the old singers, John Holt and all them. You ever heard of John Holt?
Yes. Only through you, though.
Yeah, well, all of them old singers anyway. There was a lot of them from Jamaica, yeah? And they took a song.
Oh, we do know John Holt, yeah.
They took a song from all of these singers, and they took each song and made a full album out of all the songs, basically. And they called it The Fathers of Reggae. But it was actually good. It was some lovely songs. I can't think of all these names of the old singers.
So there's an album like that I listened to. It's called Chant Down Babylon, and it's all Bob Marley, but he's mixed in with all these rappers like who's in it? I think Lauryn Hill is in it. Chuck D from Public Enemy. But it would be an album that I would play over and over and over again. It's done so well. It's some of Bob Marley's best songs,
Yeah.
and he made this one album out of it with all these rappers.
Did they make rap songs out of it?
Yeah, but he's singing with them as well. It's
Bob
done
Marley
really
is.
well. Like, yeah.
But was it something that they done, or was it when he was alive?
No, he was.
Because now they can remix everything, like, don't you?
Yeah. He was
And is
dead.
that what happened?
He was dead, and he made this was like a compilation of all his best songs.
They done that with an Elvis album as well, didn't they? They done the songs, but they made it look like he was there. But it toured all over America. It became a big show, and it was as if Elvis was on stage.
It was like a hologram.
I don't know how they done it, but they done it in a way. They put millions into this, and it worked. It generated millions afterwards. Hank Williams done that. He's Hank Williams Jr., yeah? Basically, Hank Williams' son. He done a few songs, didn't do a full album. He done a few songs with him. You'll see it on the what you call it. And where he walks, say Hank Williams Jr. walks in the door, and he's actually walking to a screen. Now, this is brilliant, however it's done. So as he comes through the door, his father is on stage singing, isn't he?
Oh, lovely, yeah.
So now he walks up on the stage and stands behind. Now his father is dead like 70 years, bear in mind. And he walks behind him, and it's like the two of them are literally, you might say, shoulder to shoulder.
Have they done that with
Singing-
Nat King Cole and Natalie Cole?
Well, there you go. Singing the same song,
Yeah.
and it's as if the two of them are on stage singing this
Steady,
song.
isn't it?
It's brilliant, however. I think it's something to do with 3D or something like that.
Holograms.
Holograms. But it's absolutely brilliant how they do it. I just love watching it.
So that's fantasy.
It's
You said you weren't into fantasy.
no, I didn't realise that was fantasy.
Well, it's not real.
Well, one of them was real. The Hank Williams Jr.
It was
was
half
real.
real, half fantasy.
Well, you call it what you want, but it was very well done. But this wasn't a film, it was only a song. It wasn't on for 3 hours.
Yeah.
It was only on for about 3 minutes altogether. You know what
You
I mean?
didn't have to walk out of the cinema
So I
after.
didn't have to walk out because it was on too long.
Right, this podcast is going on too long.
Turn it off, is it?
Yeah, let's wrap it up.
Well, what time are we now?
I'd say we're an hour.
An hour? That's not enough. Let's go for another half hour thinking about something.
Will we?
Yeah, why not?
You're getting.
You want to do a podcast, don't you?
You're getting.
What was the story with you going home to watch a horror film?
I can't watch horror films.
You said you could when your woman is sitting beside you, because it's the only time you get a cut and she jumps over on top of you when she.
Yeah, more like
when
thriller.
something-
More
when-
like thriller films. When
She
Emma's.
jumps over on top of you when something frightening happens.
Yeah, I'd probably jump quicker than
It's the
Emma
only
would.
time. It's the only
She's
time
mad
you
into the thrillers.
It's the only time you get close to her. She jumps over on top of you because she's frightened. Then she looks at you and she jumps back the other way.
Who's this alien in the room? with me?
Oh my God! Horror films I don't watch. Cannot bear the
I
sight of
used to
them.
love them when I was a kid, but then they got too scary.
Why do you watch horror films? Tell me that.
Because there's a bit of a thrill in it. There's a bit of a scare in it. I remember, you probably wouldn't have had this experience because you grew up in a caravan, but running up the stairs at night, going to bed,
Yeah.
it'd be all dark and you'd kind of, as quick as you can, you'd run up the stairs like that. And there's something scary about that.
And what would you be watching them on your own downstairs? Is that what you're saying?
Sometimes, yeah. Or sometimes you'd be watching it with people. Like that one, Psycho. Do you remember?
So,
do you ever remember Psycho?
Are you saying you had no electricity upstairs either in the house?
The lights wouldn't be on upstairs. You'd be running up the stairs, the light is off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So what age were you watching horror films?
Like,
9, 10?
yeah, 8, 9, 10.
So would you let 8 and 9-year-old watch a horror film now?
Absolutely not. But we were watching mad shit when we were kids. There was
Yeah.
no thing now where it's like that's a 12s film or that's
There
a
was
14s
no social
film.
workers, was there not?
There was no ratings.
What are you doing watching the horror? It's bad for your
There
brain.
was only one rating, and it was over 18s or under 18s.
Yes.
That was it. And anything that was like under 18s, anyone could watch, and anything that over 18s, everyone wanted to watch.
Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't agree with kids watching horror films. I don't think it's good for their heads, to be honest with you.
No, you have mild ones like Hocus Pocus, but they're not really horror films.
Yeah.
They're more about witches.
What about the ones where they jump out on top of you in the screen? What are them ones? The ones you were saying there where you jump off the seat?
The 3D ones,
Whatever ones you're talking about, yeah.
the hologram ones.
What's the most frightening ones?
I think the ones that have less in them, the ones that are less kind of gory, they just have the idea that something is around the corner. rather than the big
I
thing
often
jumping
heard
out.
now, say here, the family now in the past talking about, say, we're going to watch such a film and it might be a horror film, and I say, what the heck are you going to watch a horror film for? So why don't you go and watch comedy or
It's
something?
like a roller coaster. Do you do
Yeah.
roller coasters?
No,
Why?
too nervous.
Yeah, well, that's why people like that nervous feeling. People like
I'm telling
that.
you this now,
going
I'm
to the
not
top of a
nervous.
roller coaster.
I am not nervous of horror films.
Yeah.
I just think they're rubbish, that's all. That's why I don't watch them.
Have you ever watched a horror film?
Have I ever watched?
Yeah.
This is a tricky question now, is it?
Have you ever watched a horror film?
Come here.
Have you ever watched Psycho?
Psycho, no.
Have you ever watched Freddy Krueger's not really horror? Halloween.
No, there was one film I watched a long time ago. It wasn't, it was supposed to be a comedy horror. If you can think of the name of it, I can't think of the name of it.
There's ones that you probably wouldn't watch. Damien the Omen.
No, I wouldn't watch that.
Oh, that's like
I wouldn't
religious
put that-
horror stuff.
That's evil, that is.
Yeah.
I would not put that on.
So do you have those horrors that are evil? I can't watch them.
No, I wouldn't put that on in my caravan, to tell you the truth.
No.
Not a chance.
It'd be like
And if I walked in and it was on, there's no trouble.
There'd be a spell over the bleeding room or something
It's
like that.
evil. You're bringing evil into your home, whether you like it or
Yeah.
not. I'm telling you now.
Once that shit goes into
People
your
probably
head, you
don't
can't get rid of
understand
it.
that. But I've often said that. I said, why the heck do you watch horror films? There's too much evil involved in my head. I
There's
say
a
you're
horror
bringing them,
comedy, right,
you're bringing them
called
into your homes.
American Werewolf in London.
Yeah.
Oh, you should watch that.
What was the name of the one again I said earlier on? But the Wayans brothers. Scream, was it?
Scream, yeah.
No, that was a comedy. You know that.
It's kind of a comedy, yeah.
Yeah, they're portraying stuff they were. But it was they're good actors anyway, the Wayans brothers. I actually
No, they're
watched- They are brilliant.
No, shite.
No, they're brilliant.
Okay,
No, they are good.
but they're shite.
Listen, if you have a bad sense of humour and it can't be healed.
If you think they're good actors, you have a bad sense of humor.
No, honestly, no. I like them.
You'd want to take more medication.
I like the Wayans brothers. There's four of them, and they're very good actors. I don't even know. Do you actually know who I'm talking about?
Keenan Ivory Wayans.
Do you know them?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're brilliant.
Muck.
No, they're good. Honestly, no. You can sit there all night. I like them, and you are not going to change that perspective.
I'd say the fella across the road and the chippers are better acting than these two lads.
If I like somebody, I have to see it for myself. There's no point you come running to me with a story. Your man down the road, he's this and he's that and the other. No, that doesn't satisfy me.
Okay.
I have to see
like
that
John
man.
Wayne.
I see that man for myself and get to know him. And then I say, look, he's a good guy or he's a bad guy.
What are you
But
raising your voice at me for?
Sorry about that. I just made my own judgment here. I didn't take yours. So if I like the Wayans brothers acting, I think they're good comedies. It's probably because you have a bad sense of humour. I can't do nothing about that. But then again, what probably has the damage done to you is all the horror films you watched through the years.
When I was 5. Shite myself.
You don't even know what it's like to smile now, do you? When you hear a good joke, you can't even laugh at it.
Oh, there was a thing years ago, Martin. I don't know if you remember it. The Hammer House of Horrors. It was like a series on BBC. And there was one...
Dean, it seems to me that you lived your life watching horrors.
There was one where this fella and his wife had a newborn baby. And they fed the baby beeswax or honey or something like that.
Ooh.
And the kid...
Are you sure it wasn't Dublin City Council? The fed child with honey.
The kid turned into a bee.
And you believed all that?
Oh, I was only 5. The Fly. Did you ever watch The Fly?
No.
Did you ever watch The Fly?
No.
Your man turns into a fly.
No, I never watched that. Yeah, it seems to me you were reared watching horror films.
Yeah,
Is
it
that
was a
why
big
you're
thing.
so-
Horror films was a big
Is
thing.
that why you're so horrible?
Horrible.
Horrible.
Well done. Horror films was a big thing in the 80s.
It's probably a big thing now as well, but
I don't think so. I don't think horror is a big genre.
no.
What's the word?
A Jenner. I think
Is
so.
that like Caitlyn Jenner?
I haven't got a clue.
A Jenner.
Sometimes I just say the word just to get out of it. I don't even have a clue what I'm talking about most times. So if it fits, it's okay. If the word, if you can get away
So
with
you
that
don't
word.
like horror. You don't like sci-fi. You don't like fantasy. You like comedy.
Yeah, brilliant.
And
Can I ask you one question then?
black movies.
What the heck would you want to go into a cinemas or into a room in your house or whatever and just sit down for 2 solid hours watching a horror film?
It's like a roller coaster. Why would you go on a roller coaster? That's
And
back
you
to my
probably
point.
jump about 90 times within that
Yeah,
film, would you?
yeah. People like that
Right.
jump. Sometimes
Is
I
it
like
not
it.
better to just be sitting out with a smile on your face
Boom.
and this black comedian cracking all the jokes in the world and making you laugh the whole way through it? Is that not a better mood to be in? Which of them? Ask yourself that. Would you want to be hiding behind the sofa, yeah? because something came on the screen, yeah, and thinking that they're following you around the room.
Now I'd
Or
much
would you rather
prefer...
be sitting on the sofa, chilled out, relaxed, maybe a bit of popcorn if you're lucky, yeah, if it's a good day, and you're getting all these good laughs. So you're in good moods now, yeah? So your spirits are risen, not dropped. Which makes more sense.
Yeah,
So
maybe.
you have the happy version of the where the comedy is. We have the sad version and the scary version where the horror film is. Which of them is the best?
Yeah, when I was
Now
like,
you don't have to be smart or intelligent.
no,
to
when I
answer
was
that question.
younger, I must have been looking for that kind of fright. You know what I mean? But now
Yeah.
I'm an adult. I just can't watch them films. They just freak me out. I just don't want that shit in my head. So I would prefer, I prefer sci-fi, something like Interstellar, which is like about time travel, or something like, there's a great film called Lucy, about this woman who takes this chemical and she has all these amazing powers. Stuff like that, isn't it?
Yeah.
I like that. It's kind of sci-fi.
I'll tell you what's a bit of okay. Mystery is a bit of okay.
Yeah, I mean, like mystery thriller.
Because you're sort of guessing, kind of, you know what I mean? Them kind of films, and I wouldn't watch a big lot of them, but I have watched one or two, but they're sort of okay because they'll leave you guessing the whole way through, kind of.
There's one with
And
Brad
you're trying
Pitt.
to figure it out, and 9 times out of 10 I get it wrong. Sorry, 10 times out of 10 I get it wrong.
There's one with Brad Pitt. It's more like a psychological thriller. 7. Do you ever
Did
see
you
that?
ever watch the film now? This is, oh,
You never see 7?
man, this gets in my nerves. Did you ever watch the film Brad Pitt and his wife?
Angelina Jolie.
Angelina Jolie. Come on now, serious. I've never really watched the
No,
full
Angelina
film.
Jolie's a traveller.
How'd you manage that?
Well, her family is like from a small town in Cavan.
Are they, yeah?
Yeah.
And-
The Jolies.
But are they travellers?
I think so, yeah.
Right. We'll just take for that. We'll look at it. It was good. What I was saying was, anyway, right? There was a film there, Mr. and Mrs.
Yeah, shy.
Now, Dean, seriously, I really mean this. It had to be the worst type of a film. I never watched it, but I tell you, probably wonder where I'm going here, right? Say, I've walked into my home and it'll be on, basically, and I'll be just sitting down, maybe whatever, get a cup of tea or a chai or what, and this film would be getting me nervous, the fact that it's even on my screens. But I wouldn't knock it off because the rest of them are watching it.
So that disproves your point, because Brad Pitt's not a bad actor.
No, he's a brilliant actor.
And he's in a shy film.
No, he's a brilliant actor.
So I'm saying, there's loads of films that actors are
when
in.
I say a brilliant actor, I think he gets more, you might say he's overrated, if you want to put it that way. Now, in a sense,
probably because he's
because of
women
who he
would
is.
love him and,
Yeah,
and how he looks and all that.
He's Brad Pitt, like, you know what I'm saying?
It's like your man Tom Cruise,
Same thing.
shy actor.
No, yeah, well, no, he has a couple of good films.
Give us an example.
No, the thing about it is, they don't become,
Top Gun,
exactly, they don't become Top Gun for nothing. They have to have something there.
Jerry Maguire.
Right. But the thing about it is, they've at least produced one good film, you know what I'm saying to you? Now, people probably love every one of the films. I don't know. I don't watch them all anyway. Top Gun, same again. I've only seen bits of that, little bits of it, clips of it, more or less. I've never really sat down and watched them kind of films, to be honest with you. Again, Brad Pitt, yes. Probably a good actor, but it depends on what lines they get in certain films. They can literally sometimes make fools of themselves. To be honest about, good actors can do that, because what happens is the real good actors, the smart actors, the likes of your man, we said him in earlier on,
De Niro.
Robert De Niro, and the other fella, what's again?
Al Pacino.
They're smart actors. They will make sure and take good storylines. They probably refuse more films than what they've done.
Who's the Irish fella? Last of the Apaches. Last of the Mohicans.
Who's that? Irish, is he?
Daniel Day-Lewis.
Daniel Day-Lewis. He done that film Sunday. They done something in Ireland, in Dublin here, didn't they? Not Sunday, Bloody Sunday. What was the name of it again? I just can't think of all the names of films, honestly.
In the name of our Father.
I'm not the internet. I'm only just now travelling from Ballymount.
In the name of the Father.
In the name of the Father. In the name of the Father, can we go there?
In the name of the Father, let's wrap up the show.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. In the name of the Father, can we go there? So, there's lots of good films, probably thousands more of them. It's hard to think of everything. There's the good, the bad, and then there's Dean. Sorry, Dean, the ugly. The good, the bad, and the ugly. That was a Clint Eastwood film. the good, the bad, and the ugly.
You love your own bleeding
Sorry,
humour,
Dean.
you don't you?
Dane, I apologise for that, right?
Episode 33.
Episode 33, and we're out of here.
Traveller and a Countryman. Talk to you soon.
Come on, boy, let's go.
Yup.
Out of here now.
So that's us for this episode, a Traveller and a Countryman podcast. If you like it, let us know, share it around, and we'll see you on the road.